Okay, so part two, we've got to black, which is supposed to be the strongest color in this set. But after the beta testing that I'm not allowed to legally talk about, we have some cards here. So we have a black cat, a 1/1 zombie that when it dies, your opponent discards a card. So it's kind of like Ravenous Rats, but it builds up your graveyard. Chosen of Markov and Markov's Servant. I've haven't played with this card in the beta, but it is terrible. 3 mana for a 4/4, but the tapping of the untapped creature is pretty difficult. Curse of Misfortunes, I refuse to talk about any curses whatsoever. Now, when the pre-release comes out, I really like this card. Deadly Allure. It's a very useful card. If you, let's say would play the beta or something like that. It's very good at getting rid of creatures, especially if you have a creature with Undying. Next we have Death's Caress, which is the black removal spell. It's basically the Doomblade of the set. Destroy target creature. If it was a human, you gain life equal to its toughness. It sucks. I mean, white's going to be passed around the table like, the town whore. Falkenroth Torturer. Sack a creature, it gains flying if the creature was a human. So it's one of the classic black vampires, and vampires can be played in black and blue, or red, or white. Farbog Boneflinger is a great card. I like this card a lot in Limited. I wish it wasn't uncommon, because it's 5 mana for a 2/2. But, you're getting, when it comes into play, a creature gets -2/-2. I think that's a really nice combo trick. You got the Fiend of Shadows. Everyone loves Fiend of Shadows, right? Whenever it deals combat damage, exile a card. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. What confuses me about this card is how it works, in that, do they exile the card from their hand and it just stays exiled forever? Because it doesn't say anywhere on the card that when this creature dies, return all exiled cards. It doesn't make much sense. Gelf Rolf's Messenger. It's a zombie. It enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, an opponent loses 2 life and it has Undying. It's a rare. I don't even see it getting constructed play. I don't see it getting block constructed play. It's a 3/2 zombie with Undying, and your opponent loses 4 life. Next, we have the card of which everyone got wet over. Gravecrawler. Nothing more fun than a Gravecrawler, right? I mean, it's the next Bloodghast. Everyone loves a good Gravecrawler. I'm just reading over Gelraf's Messenger. Make sure I didn't miss anything. He's kind of ugly. But he's only 3/2. And any creature that could be killed by a Riot Devils, and then can be killed by, a Riot Devil and a Gut Shot, doesn't interest me too much. And it's a rare. I just don't see people first picking it. There's Gravecrawler. That's the card that everyone got all wet over. Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library, draw a card, Grave Purge. Yeah, nothing says mill me more than, mill me plus Gravedigger's Cage, than Grave Purge. I don't like that card one bit. Although I'm sure it'll get play, and even, it is still an instant. You can get back certain creatures. It does have use in constructed play, I think. Gruesome Discovery is a really shitty discard spell, and as we all know in Innistrad, discard is not your friend. I think I lost my place. Harrowing Journey. Target player draws 3 cards and loses 3 life for 5 mana. I can't tell you if I'm the world's biggest fan of that card, to be honest. Here we have a 2/1 zombie with Intimidate, so it's basically Spectral Rider, but in black. Black, let me tell you now, is going to be overdrafted. Try and avoid it. I don't know what to say about this card. Increasing Ambition. Search your library for a card. Wow, that's a shitty picture. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand. If it was cast from the graveyard, search your library for... I don't know. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I do not know. Mikaeus the Unhallowed, which is interesting. I guess Mikaeus, in between sets, was transformed into a zombie. I'd like to see some Mikaeus on Mikaeus violence, to be honest. I do not think that it deserves mythic status. To me, it just screams Geth, Lord of the Vault, or Massacre Worm, something like that. But the fact that it gives other non-human creatures you can control +1/+1 and have Undying is very interesting. I'm wondering how Undying works on tokens. Ravenous Demon is it's a limited card. I'll be honest. You gotta sack a human, and if you don't have a bunch of humans to sack, you know, you're gonna be taking a bunch of damage. But really, you want to just use it that one time, flip it. But the problem is that sacking the creature activates Brimstone Volley, so when they do have the ISD DKA drafts, that's something you really got to worry about. Next we have another zombie that cannot block with Undying. So I'm guessing that Black-White is going to have a lot of Fateful Hour, with the Fateful Hour white and the black cannot block. It has Undying for 4 mana. I really don't like that too much. Reap the Sea Grab. Put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield for 3. Flashback is 5. Then we have Skursdag Flare, that's just a terrible picture of. A human for 2 mana, sack a human, destroy a creature. I have a feeling people are just going to be sacking the Flare to kill a creature. Another enchantment, whenever it dealt damage, it deals that much damage to its controller, blah, blah, blah. You put that on a crab. Tragic Slip is the best removal I've seen so far in black, blue, or white. You know, you can use it to get rid of 1/1s, or you can give a creature, you know, you can kill those flipped Ludwig's Fun test subject. Undying Evil is a really cool card. That is, like, I wonder how that would work in a Delver deck. I wonder if Delver decks will become blue, white, black, but it's a different story. Vengeful Vampire, that's your Sengir Vampire of this set. 3/2 flying, Undying. Wake Dancer, I just want it so it can dance. When it enters the battlefield for 3 mana, if a creature died, put a 2/2 zombie onto the battlefield. That's really good, and that will see play in Constructed very easily. And Limited, this is going to be one of the top 5 limited cards to draft. And then you have Zombie Apocalypse. Everyone knows about Zombie Apocalypse. I don't think it's that special, but Self-Mill, Zombie Apocalypse, kaboom, goes Dynamite.